start recording. And there's always people that get on at like 7:10 or 7:11, but we're just gonna start and they can kind of get the information that they missed. But hi, everybody. This is our welcome call. So we do this once a month for everybody who has purchased oils in the past and hasn't had a chance to learn about them and hasn't had a chance to really dig in and know how to use them. Because we don't want anyone's oils just sitting on your bedside table or your kitchen counter or wherever you place them. Because that can totally happen. Wouldn't you agree, Ian? Like you get something and you're excited about it and you're like, I don't know how to use it.
Totally. Well, and I feel like that's the difference between our community is that a lot of other people, they're like, yeah, I sell doTERRA. And then you get your oils from them and then that's it. Then you have to kind of like figure out how to use them. You're like, I think peppermint's good for this, but
Yeah.
we're passionate about continued education and helping you feel confident knowing how to use them. So by the end of this call, we're confident that you're going to know exactly how to use every single one of the oils that are in the main starter kits. And so if we don't go over an oil that maybe you got outside of a starter kit, please put it in the chat and say, hey, how do I use this one? Because we want to make sure that everyone on this call is going to know how to use all of their oils.
Also, use the chats if you have a way that you've been using your oil that we talk about or any oils, because we'll always look at the chat and repeat what's in there. And then the people who are listening to the recording can listen to how you use your oils too. So ask questions there. I had something else to say about my pregnancy brain. It's gone and it won't ever come back. So don't count on that thought to ever be back tonight. We are going to be going over your wholesale account too, because so many people have questions about that. So we're going to be going over all our oils. And then for the last 5 or 6 minutes, we're going to be going over the account. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to go over this fun little guide for us right now. So this is called your Essential Oil Earth's Medicine Guide. You should have gotten this in a welcome email. So you should be attached to whoever signed you up, whoever you bought your oils through, should have given you some kind of link or some way to access our community essential oil guides. And this is one of them. You should have received many more, but this essential oil guide will go over each oil individually. So these first few oils, these are called our medicine cabinet oils. And these are really the essential oils in your home that you're able to replace a lot of things in your medicine cabinet or add to your medicine cabinet if you don't quite feel comfortable replacing things yet. So we're going to go over these one by one. We're going to go over On Guard first. If you haven't had a chance to open up your On Guard, I'm going to highly suggest that you have your oils there next to you or close so that you can unscrew that On Guard lid, smell it, use it, rub it on your wrist, put it in your palms, inhale it, even put it in your diffuser if you feel like you want to right now. So On Guard is the protective blend. And this is like our virus and bacteria killer, right, Eden? Like,
Yeah.
On Guard is the mother oil.
Yeah. So I love that we compared it to a seatbelt one time, and now that's just like always stuck with me.
Yeah.
It's going to help protect your body. So it's one that I actually use every single day because I don't want to get sick every single day. So I will use it on myself and on my kids every night before we go to bed. We'll rub it on their feet, on their spine after they get out of the bath, and it's going to help boost their immune system and keep their body healthy and strong. doTERRA actually did a study with On Guard where they diffused it in the Vanderbilt Hospital in Tennessee, and it eradicated heavy viruses like SARS and gangrene. So it's so cool to know that simply by diffusing this oil in your home, you're protecting your home from viruses and airborne pathogens simply by diffusing it. And it smells really good too. So it's not like you have to like give up smell to protect your bodies.
On Guard too, I swear, like when you use it after the shower, I should have prefaced that, sorry. Use it after the shower and it boosts everyone's immunity in the home. So if you feel like your family's coming down with something, or it's just kind of sick season, or we're coming out of sick season right now here in April and May, rub On Guard on the bottoms of your feet or your kids' feet and on your spine, and your body will just absorb that and soak that right in, and it's going to boost your immunity so much.
Yeah. And it's definitely one that you're going to want to dilute. It has like that cinnamon it has cinnamon in it, which is like a little bit hot on the skin and can be a little bit irritating. So you're going to want to dilute it with a carrier oil. For bodies, my favorite one to use, it's the cheapest and you can find it most places, is fractionated coconut oil. doTERRA has it as well, so I always add that to my LRP order. Diluting doesn't have to be complicated. You literally can put a drop of On Guard in your hand and do like a squirt of the carrier oil, rub it, and then rub it on the feet and spine. Or you can purchase the rollers that are pre-diluted, or you can make your own rollers where you can do like 10 to 30 drops of the oil and then fill the rest with that fractionated coconut oil. And you just made your own little roller for easy application.
Okay, I love that Lauren said On Guard is a daily oil in our house. She uses it on her kids. Taylor said, I just use it on my kids before bed. Patty says the days we don't use it, I see the difference on how often we get sick. I even use it on my 11-month-old safely diluted.
Yep.
So I'm telling you, it's the mother oil that helps, because no mother should ever have sick kids and no mother should ever be sick. It should be like a mute point until they're 18 years old. You don't get sick.
Amen.
Which kind of brings us to frankincense. So frankincense has so many uses, but the one thing that I want to touch on before we dive deep with frankincense is frankincense boosts the other essential oils, like medicinal powers. I don't want to say powers because it makes it sound like it's a Power Ranger, but if On Guard has good immune boosting benefits, if you pair it with frankincense, frankincense is like a steroid for the immune boosting benefits. If you pair frankincense with lavender, which is good for stress and anxiety and sleep, frankincense will help enhance that essential oil even more. So keep that in mind. Frankincense is a cell regenerator. So it's going to help you have more energy. It's going to help with those aches and pains and chronic things that we can deal with. So a way that you can use frankincense daily is putting 1 to 2 drops underneath your tongue every single morning, or make sure you're doing it every single day. Another thing that frankincense is good for is the skin, because again, it's a cell regenerator. So add it to your moisturizer, but also if you have skin issues like psoriasis or eczema or acne or scarring, dab the frankincense over those imperfections or the scars or the acne. And if you have larger areas where you're trying to get rid of or support eczema or psoriasis, things like that, rashes on the skin, dilute it with dilute it with a carrier oil like Eden was mentioning earlier, and it can go over a larger area.
Yeah, I actually love to pair the word heal with frankincense. Helps me think of more ways to use it. Because everyone talks about frankincense, that it's so amazing. And then everyone's like, well, what does it do? And then it sits on their shelf. So we want to give you like actual applicable ways to use it. So like Sydney said, on your skin, it's amazing. I love to use frankincense on my skin, especially with eczema. And my carrier oil that I recommend for eczema, like if it is skin focused, is grapeseed oil. That's like my favorite for eczema. I feel like it's very healing, just so you know. But pairing the word heal with frankincense just opens up so many doors. Anything that needs healing. So I use frankincense whenever my kids get a cut or a scrape. I'll pair it with tea tree, because tea tree is your antibacterial oil, so it'll kill off any infection. And frankincense is going to boost the tea tree, but it's also going to help heal it because it has that cell regeneration. I use frankincense whenever my kids sprain their ankle or jam their finger, because once again, pair that word heal with it and you'll be like, oh, this needs to heal. I need to use my frankincense. The last way that I love to use it is actually for migraines. My husband suffers so horribly from migraines and they are so debilitating. He will put a drop of frankincense on his thumb and place it to the roof of his mouth. Honestly, it's like he's sucking his thumb for like a good 10 seconds. And that frankincense can go straight to his brain and help him with those migraines, which is so amazing. But once again, heal. Anything that needs healing, turn to your frankincense.
This is maybe a little TMI, but it's kind of like a closed party here. So we're going to get down and dirty with each other for a second. And I think we all are women on here. So if you have someone that you know is giving birth, maybe a best friend, a daughter, cousin, a sister, whatever, make them a little, I forget the name that it's called. It's either perineum or perineum spray, like an after birth spray.
Yes.
And fill like a glass spray bottle with frankincense, put some lavender and maybe just a drop of tea tree and coconut, fractionated coconut oil in there. And then explain to your friend or sister or mom or daughter or cousin, like how to use it. Just spray on the birthing area, a couple times a day during their routine. And my mom made that for me with my first baby, Wild Bill. It was a lifesaver. It helped the aching down there. And I know that's so TMI, but everyone knows someone that's pregnant or, a
Yes.
cousin or something. And I give that to all of my friends that are pregnant and they love it and they're so
Yes.
grateful for it.
We
So
all need healing down there after you have a baby. You're like, please, like I'm like, someone spray it on me because then I'll feel extra loved.
yes.
At that point, after I gave birth, I was like, I didn't even notice. I was just walking around naked and I'm like, will you do it for me? Like, I don't even care. I don't know what just happened to me.
So
But right,
try
this,
that.
this is amazing. Please try it if you give birth. It is a game changer to heal up down there.
Yeah, which I did say a little bit about tea tree in that little spray recipe. So tea tree helps infection control. And so it's a good antibacterial, it's a good antiseptic, antifungal. Um, so why you would put it in the peri spray for birthing is because it can help with infection and help with healing of cuts and bruises and scrapes and even bigger things like a birthing wound, right?
Right.
A great way to use tea tree is for ear infections, especially if you have grandkids or nieces or nephews or kids running around your home. A great thing to do is put tea tree just around the ear with some lavender. Never drop essential oils in the ear, and that will help get rid of the infection. Never underestimate tea tree and these essential oils on the bottoms of the feet. Again, use them on the bottoms of the feet. Use them in the diffuser. Tea tree on the chest for when you're dealing with coughing or a heavy chest is amazing. I don't think people also know this little trick. Tea tree is so good for allergies. So if you struggle with itchy eyes, if you struggle with an itchy throat, just dab tea tree around your eyes. Don't dump the tea tree in your eyes like eye drops. That would be so painful. Or put tea tree on your throat, diffuse tea tree, and I love using tea tree for my allergies. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Tea tree is actually like the oil of my childhood. I smell it. It just smells like when I was little. Cause we used to call it Melacuca because it used to be Melaleuca on here. And we used to call it Melacuca because my mom would use it for everything. We're like, it's gross. But it's crazy when you start using these essential oils, when you see them work. And one of the girls in our community, Kelsey McNinch, she was like, every time I use my oils, I'm like, wow, that's like magic. Like it is, like it just works. And you kind of like second guess it sometimes. And then you're like, oh my gosh, it totally works. So one of my kids had the weirdest little bumps on his leg. And honestly, I convinced myself that a spider laid eggs in his leg. They were the weirdest bumps and they were like swollen and they were like there was something inside, freaked me out. And I grabbed tea tree because I'm like, whatever is in there, we need to kill it. It's not good. We need to kill him. I grabbed tea tree. I grabbed frankincense to boost and to heal. And then I grabbed lavender, which is your soothing oil, and I rubbed it on. And I know that there's a time to go to the doctor, but I'm not going to go there immediately the first time I see something, even if I'm thinking it's spiders laying eggs in my kids' legs. I'm going to try and figure out what it is first. And I should say there was like a little red ring around it. Like I knew it was infected. I'm like, crap, that's not good. So I put these 3 oils on it. And within like an hour, that ring had already shrunk. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I just kept reapplying it like every 30 minutes for that full day. When he woke up in the morning, they were almost gone. And by the 3rd day, they had like scabbed and the bump was completely gone and it was completely healed. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And so I don't know what it was. If it was spiders, they died. I don't think it was spiders. I think it was some bug bite that got infected, but it is so crazy when you turn to your oils, they work.
Yeah. And it's so nice to think and have the first thought, oh, I'm gonna try and turn to my tea tree instead of something else. It's just a really empowering feeling. Oregano is similar to tea tree, but oregano is gonna be way more intense. So oregano you cannot use on the skin. Do not put it on the skin unless it is heavily diluted, but it is an antifungal, antiviral, and antibacterial as well. It's also an immunostimulant, like you can see here on the guide. So it's going to kick your viruses and kick your sore throat or your congestion or all of those things way faster than if you didn't use it. A great way to use oregano, which I think is really the main way I use oregano, maybe everyone else can put their 2 cents in the comments or in the chats. I love to get a veggie capsule. You can get them at Whole Foods, Sprouts. I love to just get mine off of doTERRA. They're like $3 for 100 or $6 for 100. You pop it open and I'll do oregano, like 2 drops of oregano, 2 drops of frankincense, and a drop or two of On Guard. Close it up and take that when I'm starting to feel something come on. Oh, I love what people are saying right now. Hanny just said I had strep throat and was on antibiotics. 2 weeks later, I got it again and healed it with oregano. That is
Cool.
like the story of everyone's life with oregano. I love that. And then Taylor mentioned Bryce, her second oldest, is so allergic to mosquitoes, poison ivy, fire ants. And she made a roller of tea tree lavender and fake frankincense. I love that.
So cool.
So
I want to say about oregano real quick, like just for me, it's so easy. It's easier for me to like pair words with it. So oregano, like I think of antibiotics. So anytime you would be wanting to maybe go to the doctor, even like an ear infection, or I had a sinus infection, and I think, oh, the doctor, if I went to the doctor, what would they say? They would prescribe me antibiotics. I turn to my oregano. It is like your natural antibiotic. Oregano and colloidal silver, which I know isn't a essential oil, but those are my two natural antibiotics that I love to always, always, always have in my medicine cabinet. I use On Guard every day, help protect my body. Oregano, I don't use every day, but that is the oil that I turn to when I am sick. Because just like antibiotics, you're not going to want to take those. Well, you never want to take those, but they don't have you take them every day, right? So oregano is the one that's going to help boost your immune system significantly, fight off whatever's going on, and then you don't need to take it anymore.
it's like one of those oils that when you use it or when you're out of it, you're like, shoot, I really wish I had oregano right now. And
No.
a whole bottle will last you like a year or two. It lasts forever because it's so concentrated. Bill has a wart like right here on his knuckle.
Yes.
Just do 1 drop and wrap it with a Band-Aid every night. And it is totally drying up. I should have taken before and after pictures, but that's a random.
I've gotten rid of a wart with oregano too. It was right on my pointer finger and it's gone. I put oregano right on it, wrapped it with a Band-Aid. I don't have that wart anymore. Also molluscum. I don't know exactly how to say it. Molluscum. Oregano can help to get rid of those little things, those little,
The
I don't
bug.
know, the little bumps.
Mhm.
Yes. So
Yeah.
a couple of my kids, I actually didn't know what they were. And we used oregano and it brought them to like a point, almost like a pimple, like it brought like it to a white head, and then it like popped and was gone and went away. And I know a lot of parents like are dealing with molluscum and like can't get those little bumps to go away. Try oregano. I would say you might want to dilute it, especially for little kids, because oregano is like fire hot, not icy hot like peppermint or even On Guard. It is like really, really hot. So I would recommend diluting it and also being consistent with it. Don't just do it one time and then be like, it didn't go away. When I do it with my kids, I do it like every 20 minutes or like every time I think about it through the day and just like keep doing it. Rio had this bump right here and I'm almost thinking it was like a molluscum thing. I don't know. I called it her little goiter. I didn't even know what it was. And I put oregano on it and it started getting bigger. I'm like, oh my gosh, but it looked like it was like supposed to do that. I kept putting it on. A couple days later, it was getting huge. Like you could see this like little goiter thing. And then it came to this like huge point and I barely touched it while she was sleeping and like it exploded. Everything came out. It was like the oregano drew out the infection or whatever it didn't want in the body. Oregano drew that out and it was able to open up, get it all out, and it completely went away. And so then after I got out the infection, I put on these healing oils like frankincense. We haven't really talked about lavender yet, but lavender because it's soothing, copaiba because of its anti-inflammatory properties, and then that grapeseed oil because it's skin sensitive. And it is totally gone. There's no scarring. There's nothing. Once again, isn't it just so cool how like use these natural remedies, try it, give it a chance. Don't just try it one time and just be like, oh, it didn't work. Be consistent and they do work like magic.
That is so cool. Randy just said oregano and rosemary diluted, and rub on the bottoms of your kids' feet to support their fevers. And then Taylor said, I posted on my stories my husband had a huge red bump on the back of his neck. I'm pretty sure it was a pimple that got super infected. I put a drop of oregano on it and it was gone in 3 days. 3 days. That's
Oh,
wonderful. I love
so
that. This is awesome. Okay, let's go to our next page, which is our citrus essential oils. These are like your best friends. And Whitley, I know that you use so many citrus oils. I think we all do. Citrus is just like everyone's very best friends, and they're lying all over our house. So, Whitley, would you just share how you use some of your citrus oils?
Yes, I seriously love my citrus oils. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm super huge into diffusing, and I love diffusing essential oils that are the citrus ones because they are the fruit of the trees. So they help uplift. They're energizing, detoxifying, cleansing. I also love putting them in your water. So if you grab any of your citrus bottles, you turned it over, and you can see that there's a supplement fact box, which shows that it is safe to take internally. So I have my water here. If you guys saw the live that Emily Wright did with Dr. Ashley Anderson, she talks about the benefits of for women, especially if you are struggling with fertility, to add grapefruit to your water. I'm not struggling with fertility. I'm not trying to get pregnant, but I love grapefruit in my water. It is like superb. You can also mix them like with lime and grapefruit. I think Randy loves that combo. I also love using citrus oils are super cheap too. So if you oh, I don't know what just happened. If you guys have a bubble diffuser, these ones are really great to turn over because they smell good in any room. I don't know about you guys, but I'm like, certain rooms need to smell certain ways, right? Like, I don't want to put vanilla in the bathroom. Ew. I want to put like wild orange and tangerine in the bathroom, you know? But you can also put lemon in the kitchen and it like is supposed to be there or in a bedroom. So they're absolutely my favorite. One of them that is on there, the Citrus Bloom, it's actually 10% off this month. So if you enrolled this month, I hope you got it. If not, you could still place a one-time order, or if you're an older customer, still take advantage. A couple days left of the Citrus Bloom that's 10% off because it smells, I think we decided it smells like a Laffy Taffy. It's like the best. They also work really good as perfumes, but one thing you want to be careful of with citrus oils, they are photosensitive, which means if you put them on your skin directly and you go out into the sunlight, it is going to burn the shiz out of your skin. Like, I'm talking like 3rd-degree burn. It's really bad. Someone tried to sue doTERRA once over it, but they didn't win because doTERRA has that on there. So just be careful when you're using citrus oils topically to dilute them because they can be sensitive, but they are like amazing because they're cheap and they smell so good. You can cook with them, you can drink with them, you can clean with them. That's all I have to say.
My favorite thing about Whitley, I just have to say this. Me and Whitley were hanging out back in September and we were going through this parade of homes. There were like these scents. Your sister Mandy was doing like her scent thing on the table in the
Uh-huh.
and I was like smelling them. I was like, "Oh, this one smells good. Oh, I think I want to buy this one." And Whitley smelled it. She's like, "Oh no, that goes in the laundry room. That doesn't go in your front entryway." And I was like, "I didn't know there were places that my laundry and front entryway should smell."
There are places that should go.
And then she smelled
that
one.
made me so happy. Vanilla in the bathroom. Ew, no. I'm like, oh, hey, crap. Have I ever done that before? I hope
No,
not.
go take the vanilla out of your bathroom. That's gross.
Then one she smelled, she's like, "Oh, that will go in a baby's room." And I was like, "This is getting way too particular for me." I don't know what's going on. So
Oh, that's
anyways,
so funny.
Lily's the funniest. So thanks for sharing, Lily.
I also wanted to add, I know lemongrass isn't really considered a citrus oil, but my sons, both of them have had molluscum. You were on that topic, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but
No,
one of
please
them had it. The pediatrician was like, oh, if one of them has it, the other 3, like if you share bathwater or towels, it could get on their skin. But it hadn't happened. He's like, if they were going to get it, they would get it. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, guess what? Like a year later, my other son gets it. And I'm like, doctors don't know everything, okay? So my son, my second round, whatever. My other child now has molluscum. The first child, I researched so much and I tried oil after like random Mexican prescription stuff that my friend swore by. Like nothing was working. And I don't know how I found it, but they talked about like lemon myrtle. I think it's like an Australian, Sid.
Yeah.
But they said the closest thing next to it was lemongrass. And so I did lemongrass with oregano and it got rid of my son's molluscum, my first son. Now my second son has it. And at first I didn't know what they were. I kind of thought they were skin tags. And he had one for a really long time and then he got a big one on the back of his arm. And now after like several months, it has spread down his side and then the back of his knee. And I have been putting oregano and lemongrass, which are super sensitive to the skin, but I dilute them really good and they're going away. And it's the cutest thing because my other one has eczema. And so we always talk about bumps. But now that my other son has bumps, he's like, look, I got bumps too. Like it's like a trophy or like a bragging right at my house. But they are going away, which is so amazing. So along with oregano, add lemongrass. And it's also a cheap oil that smells amazing and would go in any room of the house, even the car or perfume. I love it.
I
That's all.
never started diffusing lemongrass until Whitley started selling essential oils in
Me
Guys,
either.
and
It
now
smells so
Every
good.
smell better. It makes every smell better.
every
does.
single one, I'm like, oh, Sam, you're diluting Airx. It's not as good without lemongrass. Sorry, like you're not as good as me, Whitley. Oh, I love it. So there you have it. Lemongrass is super cheap. So put that on your wish list. Okay, this is a great recipe card that we made for everybody to make your life super easy. You can screenshot this. Again, you should have gotten or should be getting an email from whoever enrolled you and helped you get your essential oils. You'll have this at your fingertips always. We love this energy drink replacement. This is a Tutti Frutti room spray in the middle. Just grab a small glass spray bottle off of Amazon. Put these essential oils in there. You can also sub them for other citrus essential oils. Let's say you don't have wild orange, but you have lemon. Do lemon and grapefruit and citrus bloom or any citrus essential oils in here. Fill the rest with water and spray it in your home, on your linens, on your couch, in your car. And then this is our all-purpose cleaner. If you don't have the On Guard cleaner concentrate yet, make that the number one thing that you put on your wish list next to lemongrass. And it's going to be your new favorite surface disinfectant. I use this in my mop. This is like your non-toxic cleaning replacement, and it is so nice. You can also get like a 24-ounce glass spray bottle off of Amazon, do 2 tablespoons of the On Guard cleaner concentrate and these essential oils, and you can replace your Lysol and bleach and Clorox. I think we all use this in our sinks for raw chicken, our little kid pee-filled bathrooms, everything.
I also just discovered that it's an awesome stain remover. Like really, really good. So anytime my daughter wears lipstick all the time that she's not supposed to, she always gets into my lipstick. And if you get lipstick on your clothes, it doesn't come out. And especially if you don't know that it's there and then you wash it and dry it, that mark will be in there forever. And if it's not in a good spot, you just throw it away. So I have discovered that this On Guard cleaner concentrate, I'll just dump a little bit on it and scratch it with my fingernail and it comes right out. So definitely try this as a stain remover. And then Taylor in the comments is saying that citrus oils are so good at getting rid of Sharpie marks. Absolutely. If you have any sort of mark on like your counter, citrus oils, or even on their skin, citrus oils are so good at getting it out. Lemongrass, especially, at least for me, has been the best oil to get any sort of stain or mark on my kitchen counter, my white counter out. There's been a time that there was a pink paper that was on my counter and water spilled on it. And I didn't even like think anything of it. We went to bed, we woke up in the morning and I picked it up and it like dyed my counter in the shape of the paper, like completely dyed it. I was like, this is some sick joke right now. And nothing, I even got out a magic eraser because like sometimes why do we do that? We just immediately go to like the toxic thing. Like, oh no, this is serious. I need to go to the toxic thing. I'm like scrubbing it with a magic eraser. It won't come out. And then I had the thought like I should try my lemongrass and I put drops of lemongrass on it and rubbed it with my finger and it immediately came out, you guys, immediately. So definitely citrus oils for the win for stain removing, markers, tattoos that your little kids put all over their bodies. So amazing at getting things out.
I wish
gum too.
I've heard gum is good. I wish that I could share an Instagram video because Peyton, who's in our community, she's not on here tonight though. Her little boy Sawyer spilled like chocolate, like a dark chocolate shake all over her couch. And she got her carpet cleaner and like put the on guard cleaner concentrate and like got it out completely just with
I
On
saw
Guard.
that.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I so surprised by that? Like I've been using oils for like 10 years, but it's always magic and it's always surprising.
So cool.
Oh my gosh, Whitley, it'll also get out berry shakes, neon yellow, dog puke, kids poop, you name it. Oh, okay, let's go to the next one. The next one, these oils are our tummy tamer essential oils. Now, you probably have digestion or peppermint that came with your essential oils, maybe not. You probably didn't have ginger or pink pepper, but we wanted to show other essential oils that are helpful for tummy issues, whether it's really chronic, like Crohn's or colitis or IBS, or something as simple as, hey, you just ate too much queso on date night. So these ones are great to take internally, again, in a veggie capsule. They're great to rub on your belly. They're great to put in a little shot glass of water and just drink really quickly. So these ones are pretty self-explanatory. Eden, do you have anything else to add about these tummy tamers?
I literally had 3 people this week, 3 moms talk to me about Digestin. And there are 3 people that they don't really use oils very much, but I've gifted them Digestin. And 3 people this week have been like, oh my gosh, my child had a tummy ache the other day and I'm trying all these things. And then I was like, oh yeah, Eden gave me that Digestin oil and I rubbed it on his tummy. And within 10 minutes, he's like, Mom, my tummy doesn't hurt anymore. And I'm like, oh yeah, this works every time. I'm like literally 3 different people this week. So Digestin is incredible for any sort of tummy ache, tummy issue. You eat a big bacon burger and you just feel so bloated, rub Digestin on your tummy and it works. It really stops the pain. It's crazy.
I would recommend doing, like, even if you did all 4 of these oils, you could get away with doing 2 to 3 drops of each. If you're only going to be doing 1 or 2 of these essential oils, maybe you just have peppermint and Digestin, I would do like 3 drops of each, and that should be plenty for you as a grown person. My little boy, Wild Bill, he's 8. He just turned 8. He will take a veggie capsule, so I'll do like 1 or 2 drops of Digestin and give it to him. Speak of the devil. Hey,
Good.
say hi to everybody. We're talking
Hi,
about.
Bill.
Do you take essential oils? Do you love
Yeah,
to?
only the pills though.
Oh, see, he loves the pills. I don't know what it is about him. He would much prefer to just do the pills. Can you go have dad help you?
He needs to teach Knox how to take it. I tried to get
Go
my
find
son to
out.
take a pill the other day and he could not do it.
Really? He wouldn't do it?
He tried so hard. It was so sad. He'd like drink and then he'd be like, "Bleh," and then like he just was gagging. I was trying to get him to take Serenity from our last talk and he just he's like, I can't take it. I'm like, we'll keep practicing. It's okay.
Yeah, I feel like not very many kids do, but he's been doing it since he was like 4, and I don't know why. I'm just lucky. Watch my next one.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to, and I'm like, why aren't you doing this?
You're like, you will swallow this pill.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, can you go find dad, please?
He's in the shower now.
Okay. Okay, you can hang out. He has nothing to do.
Okay, Amy just said I have Digestin soft gels in my cart for the next month. Are they similar to the oil? So yes, they are the oil. It's just very conveniently in a pill form, so you don't have to create your own like veggie cap. So it's just super, super convenient to be able to just take it internally.
Yeah.
Brittany said I'm number 4 then. I used that yesterday on my daughter's belly and within 5 minutes she was in the bathroom getting the stomach bug out of her body. It was crazy. It truly works. Yes, Brittany, you are number 4. I literally have had so many people tell me about how they use their Digestin on their child and within minutes they were feeling better. So cool.
Yeah, definitely, Amy, be taking it 24/7. And this, like Eden said, the soft gels are so dang convenient. I love the soft gels. I'm also
doTERRA has these ones. Sorry, I'm cutting you off. They're the tabs. So really good for like even younger kids that have an upset stomach. But the other day, you guys, I had the worst migraine because I wanted to puke, and it was while I was eating dinner. I couldn't even finish my dinner, and I was so sad because it was really good. But have you guys ever had a headache so bad you just think you're gonna puke? I had a couple of these in my bag, and instead of chewing them, I just kind of sucked on them so it could just like slowly like get into my system. I couldn't believe the relief I felt with nausea. My headache was still there. It was like awful. I don't know what my deal was, but so if you have kids that can't swallow, this is a really good option for the Digest Zen.
That is a great suggestion. I love that. Amy asked, is the kids tamer oil the same as Digest Zen? So yes, the kids collection is so amazing. If you guys haven't looked into it, definitely look into it. So all of the oils in the kids collection are like a more gentle version of the regular oil. So tamer is the more gentle version of Digest Zen. So you can totally use that exactly the same as Digest Zen. It's going to help get things moving how they should be moving and take away those tummy aches or nausea.
I like Tamer even a little better than Digest Zen. I have it on my bedside table. So I like Tamer a lot, and it's a kids oil, but they're for adults. I use Tamer on my kids and me every day. I love it, Amy. Shailene also said Digest Zen is good for acid reflux. So yes, keep Digest Zen on your mind for acid reflux for someone you know struggles with it. Okay,
Also, you guys, sorry, everything. The other day I had really bad hiccups, like those deep ones that hurt and like nothing was helping. I sucked on one of these Digest tabs and it made it go away. And I was like, this needs to happen again so I can try it again, because is this mentally or is this real life? Because, you know, we talk about Digest Zen is all things, right, in your digestive system. And so I'm like, hiccups have to be, like I had them for like 30 minutes. It was amazing. So if you guys have these tabs and you have hiccups, please suck on one and tell me if it helps them go away. Because I was like, whoa, these work.
Whitley for the win, just curing hiccups.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's go over our breathing buddies. You may have all 4 of these if this came in your first order, or you may just have 1 or 2. Either way, we wanted to give you plenty of options to use for your respiratory and for breathing, or for even anxiety and things that, you know, cause your breathing to struggle. But Lauren, who's on here tonight, I know that Lauren, you use quite a few of these so much. So would you mind sharing how you use some of these oils?
Yeah. I love Peppermint, Breathe, and Deep Blue. Northern Escape I actually don't have, but I heard it's like a very like calming, grounding oil, right? Like a very peaceful environment. Peppermint though, I use peppermint every day. I was a very big pre-workout person, and I would constantly drink it. I mean, like multiple times a day. There was like an addiction. But I have now used peppermint and it's so much better. Maui, come on the bed. I have now used peppermint and either just like put it on my thumb and I'll put my thumb to my roof of my mouth and hold it there for 10 seconds. I will take the roller bottle and rub it in my head before, like on my forehead before a workout. So it's just very energizing. Also, I love peppermint and wild orange in a diffuser. Like in the morning, breathing it in, it's like a wake-up call. Breathe, that is like our go-to for congestion. Maui, I don't know what to tell you. All of a sudden, my dog now wants to play now that I'm talking. So Breathe is, I will dilute it and rub it on, and I also have the Breathe stick. My kids use it on their chest. At night, if they're congested, it's their go-to putting it in our diffuser when they're congested. They'll even use it, or, you know, my husband loves it when he's congested. He puts a few drops like on the shower floor and breathes it in while he's taking a shower. So that one is great. And Deep Blue was like my best friend post-surgery. I used Deep Blue everything. I had the soft gels, the oil, the lotion. I had it like all over my body. Because I was sleeping in a recliner. So just everything hurt just being in a recliner like all day and all night. So rubbing it on my back and stuff. I've been using, now that I'm back at work, but like still in recovery, I have the Deep Blue soft gels because it's like a natural ibuprofen instead of me taking like Tylenol and all that stuff. I really don't like taking any of that stuff. So I'll just take, if I'm feeling like achy, I just pop in a Deep Blue soft gel and it helps so much with just pain from constantly like getting up and down at work.
The Deep Blue, I swear, is a lifesaver. Like,
Yeah.
Deep Blue, we'll go over it in just a minute, but I don't think people realize how good it is for your respiratory system. Like if you feel like you need to open your lungs, breathe better, you feel congested, you feel like you have a heavy chest. So many people reach for Breathe, which is on here, and you should, and it's amazing. But Deep Blue actually has a lot of anti-inflammatory benefits to it. And Breathe smells so refreshing. I love that you said that your husband uses it in the shower, because if you put it like he does around the shower, just 1 or 2 drops, it like steams the shower and it opens your lungs. Incredible. It's so good.
Yeah.
I
Um,
want to add with the Deep Blue real quick, just for anyone who deals with asthma or like any seasonal crap. I used to use peppermint and Breathe because those are like the respiratory oils, obviously, right? I started using Deep Blue to help with my asthma and it changed my life. I used to have an inhaler that I hated and I was just trying to find natural solutions because inhalers, although they do save your life, sometimes they're terrible for you and they would make me feel so crappy. I said crappy. I told Willie I was going to stop saying crap, and I do say that a lot. I just said it. Anyway, shizzy, is that better? Anytime I did my inhaler, I felt terrible after. So I started using Deep Blue, namely the Deep Blue stick, and it changed my entire life with my asthma. I haven't used my inhaler in over a year now. I will get still peppermint and Breathe, but I get Deep Blue and I rub it like literally from the tip of my chin. I don't know why it feels good, all the way down and under where my lungs are, like under my breasts, like this. I pair that with eucalyptus and it is so incredible at clearing phlegm, opening my airways, and helping me take slow, deep breaths so that I don't have to use my inhaler.
that is so amazing. I don't think people realize how horrible asthma is until you hear about someone that struggled with it and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it was so dramatic, but it is. It's so dramatic.
Absolutely.
I'm glad it helps you. Okay, let's go to our next one, which is Deep Blue. And I know we just talked about it a bunch, but doTERRA and everyone in doTERRA loves Deep Blue so much that they made like a whole family of Deep Blue. So it started out that there was just like a Deep Blue essential oil, which may have come in your kit. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it did come in your first order. And it's so good for so many things. But Megan, do you mind if I pick on you for a second? I know I'm picking on so many people tonight. But my favorite thing is if you don't follow Megan on social media, you really have to, because she shares the funniest things about her husband and you have to go follow her when she shows Brayden. But I know that Deep Blue is kind of like a converter for your husband. So would you share how you guys use Deep Blue at your house?
Yeah, for sure. So when you say it's like a husband converter, it really is. And the Deep Blue stick is kind of our go-to just because it's really easy and you don't have to rub it in. We always do kind of rub it in because we use it almost like just in massages. Like if your back is really sore, it's so nice for just sore muscles. The Deep Blue rub is more of like a lotion form, and it's just really nice to rub it on, and you can add other oils to it as well. But I know you guys talked about the pills a little bit, and those are nice for just a natural ibuprofen. But the Deep Blue stick is our go-to because it's just super easy to use. And when I get headaches, I will like put it on my neck. I'll put it on my temples and like across my forehead, and it just helps zap it away. And then I have like my own homemade roller, which I have the Deep Blue oil, lavender, peppermint, copaiba, and frankincense. And then the rest is just fractionated coconut oil. And I just rub that same like on my temples, my forehead, my neck. It's like my neck gets so sore and my shoulders, and it just really makes such a huge difference, and it's almost instant. So kind of think sore muscles, headaches, migraines, menstrual cramps. You can use them if you have really bad cramps. If you're pregnant, think like lower back pain or the ligament pain that you get, which is amazing, right? Achy joints, which MetaPower collagen also is amazing for that. So if you have achy joints, might want to look at MetaPower. But the Deep Blue, I'm so glad there's like a whole line of Deep Blue products, and I use every single one of them.
Yeah. So Megan's husband, I hope it's okay I call him this. He's like a blue collar worker. He has like an excavation business. He works and like has a family farm that he previously used to work for. And my husband's very similar. He, like, my husband has a landscaping business. He's always worked in like contracting or construction. And I love when I hear the construction husbands be like, oh, you have to try this deep blue. Like Sam to his landscaping crew, he's like, oh, you gotta try this. You guys, you gotta try this. And he's like passing it around, and all of like the guys are like rubbing it on their back after like a hot day in July, like hauling sod into backyards. So I love seeing husbands that are just all about it. And the other day, Sam threw his back out. I think they were doing like a remodel or something at someone's house. And he came home, he was like, babe, you got to get the deep blue. It wasn't like, get me a Percocet, get me some ibuprofen, hook me up with some morphine. It was like, get the deep blue. I need the deep blue. So I love that Braden's the same way, Megan. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
So another thing about deep blue, I just want to plug this in really quickly. It is a blend, so it's multiple different oils. And one of the oils in there is called helichrysum. I know that's a weird name and you would never know how to spell that or how to pronounce that again, probably. But that is one of the best natural anti-inflammatories, and it stops inflammation from progressing. So there is a reason why the deep blue products, the rub, the oil really do work, is because of the oils that they chose to put in this blend. That's so powerful. Okay, let's go to our last page. And then we're going to be going over our wholesale account really quickly so we know how to maneuver that. This is probably my favorite page that we go over because it's for all of the hot mess, panic, stress-stricken, anxiety-ridden women. And we wanted to pair these essential oils for you so that you could look at them almost in groups and understand what they're for. Because so many times you'll hear about oils helping this anxiety or this stress or this sadness, and it can just be really hard to remember. So we wanted to group them together for you. So we're just going to go through these group by group. The first one is the Adaptive Imbalance to the left here on the guide. These are your anti-stress and grounding essential oils. They're so beautiful to use together. Any of these oils are good to use together, pair any and all together. But Adaptive and Balance are beautiful side by side and with each other. Adaptive is the calming blend. It smells glorious. My brother Tommy, he owns his own roofing business. Like, I don't know what it is about these blue collar workers in my family and their essential oils, but he will just like go around smelling Adaptive, and he'll just be like, oh yeah, it's the magnolia. I can smell the magnolia in it. And he's so cute. So Adaptive really is so calming, and it's clinically proven, so scientifically proven, to lower your cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone. So this is the perfect oil if you feel stressed, if you're going through a really anxiety-ridden part of your life. And Balance is the grounding blend. This is going to help ground you, help you feel a little less chaotic, a little less squirrely, and a lot more concentrated. How you can use these essential oils is in a diffuser or on the bottoms of your feet, again, on your chest, diffusing them in your hands. Eden, how do you use these two together?
Oh man, I use them so much. So I definitely reach for my Adaptive multiple times a day. I actually use it as perfume a lot too because it smells really good. I have the roller, I have it in my purse all the time. I'll use it when my kids are like stressing me out or I feel like I'm not being a very patient mom. I love to diffuse it when I feel like my kids are just kind of like little psychos and I'm like, okay, we just need to like all calm down. But I really do love to use it for the aroma as well because it has like that dual purpose. We all want to smell good after you get ready. It's like you're not totally ready until you like put something on to smell good. Like you're just not ready until you smell good. It's just how it is. So these two oils I love to use as perfume and cologne. My twins' favorite oil and favorite smell is Balance. So it's just so cute. I always have a Balance in their bathroom and they have it in a roller and they'll rub it on as their cologne. And I just think it's so cool that, yeah, Balance smells really, really good. If you haven't smelled it, it is such a yummy smell. But how cool for my little boys, instead of using fragrance filled synthetic crap that they're spraying on and totally disrupting their entire bodies, using something that's actually good for their bodies and good for their emotions and good for their spiritual health, right? they're putting on this balance to smell good and like finish getting ready for the day, but they're also like grounding themselves and they feel safe and they feel free and they just, I don't know. I just think it's super cool that these essential oils have so many dual purposes. So adaptive and balance, definitely for anxiety, overwhelm, and stress, but we use them for a scent as well because they smell really, really good.
Yeah. Bill does not go to sleep without his blue oil, which I find so funny. And we have been out of adaptive for like 2 weeks now. I don't know why I just haven't gotten it. And so I'll just go use other different oil concoctions. He's like, oh yeah. He like cannot go to sleep without his diffuser on. Even if we forget and me and Sam are like passed out in bed, he will wake up from the dead and be like, can you feel my diffuser? I'm like, dude, it's 1 a.m. No, it didn't happen tonight. I'm so sorry. And so it's just so fun that he knows that and knows that's part of his routine. But let's go to the next ones, lavender, serenity, and copaiba. These 3 essential oils are the calming and relaxing powerhouses. I want to start from the right-hand side, which is copaiba, because you never hear about copaiba. In fact, so many people are like, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Copaiba targets the nervous system. So the brain, the spine, and the nerves. That's why it's so good for calming, because when you are so wired and you're so anxious, it's because it's largely part to your nervous system. So the copaiba can calm your nervous system, which if you think back to your nervous system, your brain, your spine, and your nerves, that's concentration, that's pain, that's encompasses so much. So copaiba is a very versatile essential oil, but we do talk about it with calming and relaxing. And then serenity is a restful blend. Serenity smells so good. It's very similar to lavender. I enjoy serenity a little bit better than lavender in the diffuser at nighttime. I think it smells amazing and it really helps me fall asleep and stay asleep.
Lauren just said serenity and balance is in my diffuser, my kids' diffusers every night. It smells so good. Same. That is like my favorite nighttime blend for all of our diffusers in our home. Serenity. I always do 2 drops serenity, 2 drops balance, and it smells so good.
I love it. Sorry, I gotta find who's unmuted. This can be so stressful for Zoom. Okay, let's go over lavender. Lavender is Eden, you say soothing of lavender all the time, and I love it. And you use lavender, I saw on Instagram, for your sunburn.
Yes. So like I said, I love to pair words with oils because it just helps you figure out different ways to use them. So lavender is soothing. Anything that needs soothing, reach for your lavender. So even if it's emotional, you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, lavender is going to help soothe any anxious feelings. Topically, lavender is going to soothe any burns or irritation. So we're in Destin right now on vacation and I'm out in the sun all day long and I forget to put on my sunscreen a lot. I'm trying to be better about it, but I'm getting way, way overexposed to the sun. And so my nose and my cheeks are just getting like a little bit red. Lavender has been so, so amazing for my sunburn. It's very soothing. I can sometimes even pair it with peppermint and it will like take away the burn, but the lavender helps to like even out the tones too. So like when I wake up, like my burn will be almost gone because of the lavender. I'll use it on my kids as well if they get like a little bit rosy on their shoulders or their nose and cheeks. It's also really good for any sort of skin irritation. So like a rash. I said I used it on my son who had those weird spider bug bite things and it helped to soothe it. I also will use lavender on if like my kids get a cut or a scrape that hurts, because lavender will help actually soothe the pain. I'll put it right on the cut and it helps take away the pain, which is super cool.
So those are like our soothing ones. Amazing. But also on the flip side, we have really uplifting and happy essential oils. So if you deal with like a lack of motivation or seasonal sadness or grief in general, reach for your citrus essential oils like Whitley talked about earlier, like citrus bloom. In one of the kits called the Aroma Essentials collection, so if you got that one, you could have gotten Cheer, which is called our uplifting blend.
Cheer is my very favorite smell, just by the way. Like if you don't have Cheer, get Cheer.
Wait, do you guys do Cheer with lemongrass? Did I see that last week?
Cheer with lemongrass is like my love language.
I knew it because I went to go try it and my lemongrass wasn't next to my cheer. And I was like, oh, well, I'm not doing cheer and lemongrass. I'm just doing cheer.
Oh shoot, you need to do it. Cheer and
Okay.
lemongrass is so good. And you can like, you know, when you like sometimes do your diffuser and you can kind of like smell it in the room that you're in. No, my house has huge vaulted ceilings and I have this one diffuser in my kitchen, the Rome diffuser. I can smell it all the way up in my bedroom. Like cheer and lemongrass spreads through your whole home. It smells so good.
And it really does, like, it smells refreshing and good.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. I like Whitley. I was telling Whitley, was that today, yesterday? I don't know. I have like a hard time coming up with like names or like creative things. And Whitley's like the queen of like naming things. And I was going to post the lemongrass and cheer diffuser blend and like come up with something. And I'm like, I like tried for like 20 minutes. I'm like, no, lemongrass and cheer. I can't think of anything. So Whitley, we need you to name that diffuser blend. We need you to do that.
Feel like we should start like a social media movement of like, you have to post on your story. You like, even if you're not selling oils, like a lot of people on this call, like you don't sell oils, you're just using them. But like, if you do cheer and lemongrass, post it on your diffuser or post it on your stories and like, you're cool. Like you're part of the, like, should we start? Wait,
You're
what?
in. You've made it in life. You've
I
peaked.
know, right? So there you have it, cheer and lemongrass. Okay, let's transfer over to our wholesale account really quickly because we're already 2 minutes over on time because I love to just talk. Who wants to hear me talk more? So let's go over for just 5 minutes. We'll try to be really, really quick about your wholesale account. Now, let me get out of this really quickly and transfer over to my Safari. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you right now is how to log into your doTERRA account and how to utilize your doTERRA account from here on out because you have so many perks now that you're a doTERRA wholesale customer. So here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to go to doTERRA.com every single time that you want to purchase or even read up or see prices of essential oils. doTERRA.com. You're going to scroll over your account icon on the top right-hand side. And you're going to click login. This part's really self-explanatory, but sometimes it helps to have someone show you how to do it. You do have a login. You created a login when you purchased essential oils. You can use your email address. I've memorized my doTERRA number, so I use my doTERRA number, but you do have an email address that you're able to use. And you did create your own password. It did have to have a number and a capital, if that jogs your password memory. So you'll just click login and it automatically logs you into doTERRA. I'm going to show you how to purchase essential oils since you have a 25% discount on everything that doTERRA has from here on out. It's like you have a doTERRA Costco card. It's so awesome. So again, you're going to come over here to the top right-hand side, account, and hit loyalty orders. And this is where doTERRA takes you. So if you want to look at the sun care line, you can click the sun care line and see the price that you get individually with your 25% discount off of the sun care line. You're able to look at the supplements, the vegan and non-toxic skincare. You're able to read up on everything. What I want to bring your attention to is this top bar that's gray, and it can get overlooked a lot. I wish it was like a bright neon green sign. This is where all of the promotions are going to be, where you can look and read up on them. So remember when Whitley said that Citrus Bloom is 10% off? You can see that right up here and you can click the details. Every single month, doTERRA has free products because you are a customer of theirs now. And you're not just a one-time retail customer, you now have a wholesale account. So you have better deals than anybody else now that you're a wholesale customer. So if let's say that you want to purchase lemongrass and cheer, since we talked about lemongrass and cheer all night tonight, here's how you would purchase it for the biggest bang for your buck and save additional money. To the right-hand side, you will see your loyalty orders. So this is your loyalty orders or also the LRP. They're the exact same thing. If you hear people talk about the LRP on social media or in emails or text threads or hotlines, it's the loyalty order. The loyalty rewards program is like a frequent flyer miles program for doTERRA. Every single time that you purchase, you will receive 10 to 30% back in product credits. And those add up so quick. So let's say that you spend $50 you would receive $5 to $15 in your doTERRA account to either let those points keep accruing over multiple orders or pretty much spend right away. Now, if you look down a little bit, this create one-time order, you still get the 25% discount, but you don't get any of those added perks like the 10 to 30% back in product credits. So with the LRP, it is a monthly order. So many people get scared by that, I would say. But the thing is you do not have to purchase the same thing every month, because maybe next month you haven't run out of your cheer and lemongrass. So of course you're not going to want to buy cheer and lemongrass again. Maybe you're going to want to buy the deep blue or the MetaPower collagen like Megan was talking about. So I'm going to show you how to create a new LRP so it's so seamless for you and you can know how to do it, because it literally takes 2 minutes. So you're going to create new LRP and you're going to pick a date. You can choose this, you can change this date at any time, and you can change what's in your cart. It is completely customizable to you and your budget and the time of month you want to purchase it. If you purchase it between the 1st and the 15th and spend a certain amount of money, you get that month's free product. So it's past the 15th. What was this month's free product? I think it was called Palmarosa. And so it was an essential oil that you could never buy. And so for me, that was completely worth it. I wanted to try Palmarosa, so I purchased 125 PV before the 15th of the month. So let's just say that I'm going to choose May 9th. I would click Save Date and Shop, and now I'm able to go and add whatever I want to my cart. I love utilizing this search bar on the top just because I think it's easier. So let's look up cheer, and everyone's faces is kind of in my way with the Zoom code right now. So then I'm going to add to bag. I'm actually going to put 2 in there because I actually do need 2 cheers. And then let's look up lemongrass as well. And I'm just going to add lemongrass to my bag. Now I'm going to come up to my bag on the top right-hand side, just cursor over it, and then click review order. And this is what your loyalty cart will always look like when you click on it. How easy and convenient is this? If I want to change my date, look, here's the calendar right here. I just click the calendar and I choose a different date. You see how it's not penalizing me for choosing a different date? It's just customizable to what I want when I want to buy it. Let's say that I wanted to add deep blue. I would use this search to add products bar and just look up deep blue. It's so user-friendly and so convenient. If I don't want deep blue, I can click the X. But here's the cool thing. If you look at my cart, I have $34 here in my doTERRA cart, ready to spend at any time just because I've let a couple of my orders accrue over time. So if I want to get my lemongrass for free, I just come right here to my lemongrass and click this drop-down menu and click 1, and it will take that lemongrass and I have it completely for free. How cool is that? So doTERRA is saying, hey, thanks for choosing us to buy your essential oils through. Here's some added, like an added gift card every single time you purchase. So there's really no reason to not purchase on the LRP, because you can buy as much or as little as you want and you get to decide what you purchase. Eden, do you have anything to add on that? I feel like I totally just explained that without consulting you.
No, that was great. I'll just add that anything over 100 PV, you get free shipping. So sometimes I see people spend like 97 PV and then they paid for shipping. I'm like, oh my gosh, if you added 3 more PV, you would have you wouldn't have had to pay shipping at all and you would have got another product. So that bar at the top, that purple bar will show you how close you are to that 100 PV. But once again, there's no minimum, so you can spend however much or however little you want. Just make sure each month that you click save and process on the date that you selected so that it saves that cart instead of the cart that you had previously. Just always make sure to click the save button. But the loyalty rewards program is seriously so incredible. And for me, doTERRA is like a one-stop shop. So I've pivoted the money that I was spending at my grocery store on laundry detergent, toothpaste, deodorant. And instead of giving my money to my grocery store, I've just pivoted over to doTERRA and I get all of the things that I need to get each month like dishwasher detergent and shampoo and conditioner. And because I'm spending it there, I get points back. And so ultimately I'm saving so much more money because now I'm getting 30% back in product credit. And each month I think I'm spending I'm getting $50 at least worth of free product each month because I've let my points accumulate for so long. So it's just so incredible to be able to utilize that and be rewarded and get points back for free product.
And the awesome thing about doTERRA's loyalty rewards program, like Eden just said, is that you're able to purchase all of those other things other than just oils, like the collagen that Megan was talking about, the toothpaste, like everything Eden just said, you're able to purchase on the LRP and earn points back on. And I don't know one other company, like I think Costco's percentage back is like 2%. I spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Like I bet I spent $20,000 at Costco last year to feed my family. And I think I got $174 check back and I'm a gold member. I'm like, gosh, thank you. Like, what will I do with all of this money that oh, wait, I'll pay for my membership. And so I just wanted to say that doTERRA really does try to help you with all of those things. So Amy just asked a really great question. You need 50 PV in order for it to count, correct? Here's the thing. doTERRA is so awesome that to answer your question quickly, Amy, yes, you need to spend 50 PV for you to receive 10 to 30% back in product credits. But guess what? If you don't spend 50 PV or even under 100 PV, you receive shipping credits back, which is like $6. So actually you kind of still are getting that 10 to 30% back in shipping or in product credits because they're even giving you shipping points. So,
so you'll always, no matter how much you order, whether it's 1 PV to 99 PV, you'll always get 5 shipping points back. So it's like you're getting $5 back every time you order.
Yeah.
And then anything over 100, obviously you're not paying for shipping. So it's just the 10 to 30% back.
Yeah. So I hope that answered. Gotcha. Thanks. Yes. So even if you don't spend the 50 PV, it's still totally worth it because you still get all of those shipping credits back. It's awesome. I love that doTERRA isn't a stingy company. I really appreciate it.
Well, and it's really cool to know that you don't have to spend that 50 PV. Like if you're like, I truly don't need anything this month, then, and I have months like that where I'm like, okay, I really don't need to buy anything this month. And I'm trying to save money. And so I will grab like a hand sanitizer because I need that every month, or a toothpaste or something that I need every month. You don't have to spend a ton. So you can spend whatever you need, which is super cool.
I love it. Okay, we're gonna let everyone get back to their night. I'm so sorry this went over. I hope I don't talk as much next time. I'll let everyone else have a chance next time. But I hope this was helpful. Let us know anything that you need. And please reach out to the person that invited you here tonight because they should be getting you the guides and everything else that our community has made for you. So hopefully they're able to get that for you.
Thank you guys. It's so good to see you.